Why did you choose trading? Stealth trading warmly greets you. Why didn't I choose gold, real estate, or stocks, but chose trading instead? There are moments in life when I look back and ask myself, am I truly living or just trying to survive day by day? I had a stable job and steady income, but the longer I worked, the more I saw one truth clearly. If I kept trading my time for money, freedom would always remain a luxury. That's when I began learning about investing, not because I wanted to get rich quickly, but because I wanted to find a way for money to work for me. I once thought about gold, a classic, time-tested asset. Our grandparents used to call it a safe haven. It seemed simple. Buy gold, wait for the price to rise, then sell. But I realized gold doesn't generate cash flow. It just sits there, static, non-growing, non-moving, moving. And what if the price stagnates for a whole year or drops just when you need cash? There's nothing you can do. Gold may be safe, but it's not for those who want to take control of their financial flow. Then I considered real estate. A house or a plot of land sounds secure and solid. People say, no one gets rich without owning land. I believe that, but then I saw the other side. The entry cost is huge. You need hundreds of millions, even billions of VND. Liquidity is low. You can't just sell when you need to. And the risk? Regulations and zoning plans can change without warning. Real estate can bring profit, yes. But to me at the time, it felt like a heavy burden I wasn't ready to carry. Then I turned to stocks and bonds, those financial-sounding instruments. With stocks, you're investing in a company's growth. If the company succeeds, you share in the gains. But I soon realized, picking the right stock is not easy. You need deep knowledge of business, industry trends, macroeconomics, and cash flow. Even a general market downturn can drag your stock down. No matter how good the company is, you can be right and still lose money. Bonds? Safer, especially government bonds. But the returns are barely better than a savings account. Not enough for a breakthrough. And more importantly, neither stocks nor bonds gave me a sense of control. I was still entrusting my money to someone else. So I sat in front of my screen and asked, what am I really looking for? That's when I chose trading. After walking down every traditional investing path people often talk about, I realized no other path gave me the sense of control and clarity about myself like trading did. To many, trading is just sitting in front of a screen, buying and selling some flashing numbers and hoping to make money. That's partly true, but only the surface. To me, trading is a dialogue between me and the market, between me and my emotions, between me and myself. Why did I choose trading? Because it gave me the chance to start small, but learn big. I didn't need hundreds of millions to buy land. I didn't need a bank loan to own real estate. Just a few million VND and I could open an account and step into the market. And with every trade, I learned things no book could teach. I learned how to wait, because rushing comes at a clear cost. I learned to cut losses, because no one is always right. And most importantly, I learned to protect my capital before thinking about profit. I learned how to take profit, because greed is sweet, but blinding. And I learned to stop when I was overtrading, when every click was no longer analysis, but emotional impulse. Trading is not easy, but it's real. The market doesn't care who you are, how smart you are, or how you feel today. It reflects the behavior of millions. And your job is to understand that. Some days you'll win. Other days you'll lose. But trading teaches a deep lesson. Never let a losing trade become a reason to seek revenge on the market. Because when emotions speak, reason goes silent. I've lost money. And that's when I understood myself best. I've entered trades just because others did. I've skipped stop losses thinking it'll come back. I've overtraded just to recover losses. And it was those mistakes that made me grow. Every time I lost money, I was forced to face the truth. The problem wasn't the market. It was how I behaved in it. Trading gives you freedom, but also demands responsibility. The best thing about trading is you can work from anywhere. Just a laptop, internet, and a clear mind. I've sat in a small cafe in a foreign city, opened charts, analyzed and placed trades. No one told me what to do. No one tracked my hours. I had full control and full responsibility. No one to blame. No one to complain to. Trading gives you freedom, but that's why it makes you grow up. Because with freedom comes ownership. I know trading isn't for everyone. It's not easy. It's not a quick game. It's not for the impatient or the lucky. It's a journey. A journey of learning about the market and yourself. Like martial arts, the more you train, the more you see your weaknesses, until one day you stop swinging wildly and start choosing your stance, waiting for the right moment, and striking with precision. And in that process, I found what I truly needed: a real skill. A method to earn through knowledge, discipline, and self-control. Something no one can take away, even if the market changes or time passes. So I chose trading not because it's easy, but because it's right for what I'm seeking. If you're still listening and this story resonates with you, don't forget to like and share it. If you know someone who needs to hear this, share it with them, so they won't have to lose their way. Thank you so much. I didn't come to trading because I thought it was easy, nor was I persuaded by others. I came after trying every other investment path and realizing I wasn't looking for stability. I was looking for control. There was a time I believed gold was the safe choice. I bought a few taels of gold and tucked them away. People said gold is a safe haven. Its value would rise over time. I believed that. But after 6 months or a year of flat prices, I realized gold didn't earn anything. It didn't create cash flow. And if you urgently needed money during a dip, you'd have to sell at a loss. And during all that waiting, I learned nothing. Just a growing sense of helplessness, like placing faith in something you can't control. Then I tried investing in land and got a lesson in wait. I partnered with a friend to buy a plot in the outskirts. Clean title, good legal standing, a growing neighborhood. People said a new road would be built and prices would jump. Year 1, nothing. Year 2, the plan changed. The road was canceled. The land sat idle. Grass grew. No buyers. I wanted to sell, but couldn't. I realized real estate can bring wealth, but it lacks flexibility and control. And during all that time, my money did nothing, while I was stuck in expectations. Stocks sounded modern, but came with too many unknowns. I once bought shares in a retail company with great business results and strong branding. I monitored the stock daily, feeling every up and down. Then, a PR crisis hit. The stock plummeted. Wow, gone away. She wanted her day. Everything I analyzed was right, but the stock still fell. That's when I saw it clearly. I couldn't control the business. I was just an outsider, hoping they'd do well. But hope is not a strategy. Trading doesn't require hundreds of millions to start. No need to hold physical assets. No need to wait for roads or earnings reports. Just a device, an internet connection, and a clear head. Here, every decision is mine. Every stop loss is a lesson. Every take profit is a deeper understanding of myself. Trading is control, and from control comes freedom. But it is not a get-rich-quick dream. I used to think, like many beginners do, that if I could just analyze well and place the right trades, I'd make a lot of money. I remember getting excited after a few wins and doubling my lot size in just 1 week, only to lose everything in a single afternoon. Why? Because I didn't set a stop loss. Because I tried to recover my losses out of revenge. Because I overtraded without any plan, driven purely by emotion. That's when I began to understand. Trading does not forgive impatience. It exposes every weakness you have, not with scoldings or punishments, but through the market's reaction. And the lesson I learned is that there's no such thing as a quick and lasting path to wealth. There's only the road of understanding, discipline, and patience. Trading taught me things no classroom ever could. It doesn't teach you through theory, but through real losses. No one gives you the answers. The market gives you results. It doesn't care what school you attended, what your grades were, or how polished your presentation skills are. It only cares whether you can control yourself. Every morning, I brew coffee and look at the charts like I'm reading the market's emotions. When the market slows down, I slow down. When it's too noisy, I step back. And trading has taught me this. Earning money is hard, but keeping it is even harder. It taught me discipline, something I never really had before. Discipline isn't just about setting a stop-loss. Discipline is getting back up after a loss without seeking revenge. It's having the courage to stay out when everyone else is shouting buy or sell. It's trusting your plan instead of your fear or greed. That kind of discipline isn't taught by books. You only learn it when you hit rock bottom, when panic hits you hard. That's when the real learning begins. And trading is a harsh teacher, but a fair one. Trading taught me to understand myself through each trade. I learned what influences me most. News, others' opinions, fear of missing out, regret after skipping a trade. No course has ever forced me to examine myself so deeply, but trading did. Every trade is a mirror. Every mistake is a personal lesson. And those lessons stay with you for life. No one can take them away. Trading is not a destination. It's a journey. You can make money in a few days and lose it all in an hour. You might feel skilled until the market slaps you in the face and teaches you humility. You learn to be more patient. You learn to tame your ego. You learn that true freedom doesn't come from impulsive emotions, but from the ability to control your inner world. So no, I didn't choose trading because it's easy, or because it makes me rich fast. I chose trading because it's real, because it forces me to slow down, to go deeper, to stay awake, and because it helps me build a life rooted in the person I'm becoming. Why do I still choose trading? Here's my message to you. After all the ups and downs, the painful stop-losses, the sleepless nights over a single trade, and the empty mornings after losing part of my account, I still choose trading, not because I'm good at it, not because I always win, but because I found something deeply real in this chaotic world. Trading doesn't offer you comfort, but it does offer you an honest mirror. Who are you when faced with uncertainty? What do you do when money threatens to walk out the door? How do you confront your own fear and greed? I've been confused. I've considered quitting, thinking maybe this wasn't for me. But after every attempt to leave, something pulled me back. Not the promise of getting rich, but the feeling that I was growing, bit by bit, through every loss. Trading taught me patience in a world that's always rushing. It taught me clarity in the middle of overwhelming noise. And it taught me humility, because every time I got arrogant, the market humbled me quickly. Trading is not like gold. You don't just buy and wait. It's not like real estate, where your money gets stuck while you hope for the best. It's not like stocks, where you place your trust in someone else's decisions. In trading, every decision is yours. Win or lose, it's on you. Right or wrong, you learn. And there's something deeply alive in taking full responsibility for your outcomes. I still choose trading because it gives me freedom. Not the kind of freedom where you sit at home doing nothing and money flows in, but the freedom to choose how I live, how I learn, and how I manage every dollar I risk. Freedom comes from knowing yourself, not from avoiding risk. And trading teaches me that. I know trading isn't for everyone. It's not for those who want the easy way. It's not for people looking to get rich in a few months. It's not for those afraid of setbacks, failures, or losses. But if you're someone who values freedom, someone who wants to take charge of your time and finances, someone who's ready to learn, to make mistakes, and to get back up. I believe trading can be a journey worth taking. I won't promise you fast profits. I won't promise you'll always be right. But if you approach this with curiosity and discipline, I believe you'll gain something far beyond money. You'll gain maturity, confidence, and the mindset to weather storms, not just in the market, but in life. And if you choose trading, don't walk the path alone. Find a community. Listen to those ahead of you. Share your own story, both the wins and the losses. Because somewhere out there, someone is struggling like you are, and your story might be what helps them keep going. Thank you for watching until the end. Thank you for your patience, just like trading teaches us to be patient with ourselves. And thank you for not giving up on your journey to financial freedom. This video doesn't have a perfect ending, because this journey is still going. Mine, and maybe yours too. In upcoming videos, I'll share more about how I build my trading plans, how I manage emotions when the market plays with your mind, and small strategies that help me survive during the stormiest times. If you'd like to walk this path together, subscribe to the channel so you'll be the first to know when I post. We can't choose the market, but we can choose how we walk this path. And if we can walk it together, I'd be glad to journey beside you. Thank you, and see you in the next video.